Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Kickoff. We're doing something a little different tonight. This is according to hip hop. We are entering the NFL season tonight. Chiefs versus Ravens kickoff on NBC. So we kind of want to bring something different. We're going to have a little sports show every week, have some fun. We're not kickoff, college game day, or big noon kickoff, but we're going to do a little something, give you some picks, give you your predictions, have some call-ins, real quick show. But wanted to talk tonight about the NFL kickoff season. It's my most favorite time of the year. It's tonight. We got the Chiefs and we got the Ravens. Gonna start off tonight with with some picks. Let's talk about some picks. As a matter of fact, let's talk about the top 5 QBs, right? Top 5 QBs. Interested to know who you feeling and who's the best QB in the National Football League. I would say I want to hear from you. Who's your top 5? Who's your top 5? Who we got in the room? We got some people to get in the room real quick. You can see this hat. I am not a Dolphins fan. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, but my Dallas Cowboys hat is a little washed up. It's a little dirty. Got to get a new one. It's my favorite. I kind of broke it in. So got this Dolphins hat. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be pretty good this year. I think they will be either second or third place in the AFC East behind Buffalo and the New York Jets. We'll get into that in a minute. I do not believe when the weather turns cold that their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, can execute. As you saw last year in the playoffs, I think it was the wild card weekend against Kansas City, negative 17 degrees, negative 21 degrees, and couldn't get the job done. When you got to go to Buffalo, you got to go to New York, you got to go to Pittsburgh, you got to go to New England won't make it. But if you got to go to Kansas City and the weather is cold, I don't think that Tua Tagovailoa will make it a long playoff run. If they get home field advantage, if they're to make the playoffs, they get home field. You got Jalen Waddle, you got the cheetah Tyreek Hill, great offensive coach and Mike McDaniel. You can make a run. And they have Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. is number 3, third option. They can make a run, but they got to be down in Miami, playing in Miami Gardens at Hard Rock in order to make that playoff run. I don't think they'll get there. So let's talk about the top 5 QBs. I'll start with number 5. Let's start with number 5 here. Hit like and subscribe in the chat. Again, hit like and subscribe in the chat. Who are the top 5? I'm going to start with number 5. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Number 5 in the National Football League. 4-time MVP. Top 10, top 5 in multiple statistical categories. Regarded as one of the greatest of all time, a Super Bowl champion, 4-time MVP again, 4-time MVP. Number 5, Aaron Rodgers is the number 5 quarterback to me in the NFL. Number 4, gonna go with Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow has been hurt a lot, but he's a winner. He's the closest thing to me to Tom Brady, as far as the way he approaches the game, the way he executes an offense. He's a winner, a champion at LSU. I think with Jamar Chase, I think with the offensive coach that he has, O-line needs some work. But I got Joe Burrow as the number 4 QB in the NFL. Number 3, we got to go to Lamar Jackson. 2-time MVP, one of the most dynamic playmakers ever in the NFL. Got him at number 3. Got a big stage tonight. Can he beat the man? Can he beat Patrick Mahomes? Can he beat Kansas City? We don't know. But I got him as the number 3 quarterback in the National Football League. Number 2, Josh Allen. I call him the X Factor. I call him the Weapon X. I believe Josh Allen would be the number 1 QB in the world if Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the game. And I think he would have won the MVP last year if he didn't have all those turnovers. Turnovers have been killing him. But if you talk about a weapon, someone who makes everyone better, who can make all the plays, who can throw, who can run, you got to go with Josh Allen as the number 2 quarterback in the NFL. And if he cuts down on the turnovers, he could potentially be number 1. Little trivia fact. Do you know who has the most touchdowns total in the last 4 years? It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's Josh Allen. I think he has, in a 4-year stretch, Josh Allen has the most touchdowns in NFL history. So I'm gonna go with Josh Allen, number 2. And number 1, we all know who number 1 is. Patrick Mahomes, 3-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, breaking records left and right. People already call him the GOAT already. I think he has a little ways to go, but I don't know. I think he's the guy. I mean, I haven't seen a quarterback this dynamic since Aaron Rodgers came in the game 15 years ago. The way he can throw off platform, on platform, off schedule, behind the back, no look passes. This guy is one of one. He's not even 30 years old yet. His 3 Super Bowls already. Kansas City is going to may go to the 7th straight AFC Championship game. That's insane. That's insane. And then he lost weapons. He lost Tyreek Hill. He lost Juju. Juju's back. He's without a couple wide receivers tonight. Hurt, banged up. Travis Kelce's getting old. But Patrick Mahomes is still that guy. So that was my top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Hit like and subscribe. Let me know if you disagree. But it is what it is, man. I think Josh Allen has the talent to make it to number 1. We have to see. We have to cross that mountain of Mahomes. Mahomes Mountain is what stands in his way. All right, let's go with predictions of the season. This is not going to be a long show. We're going to go get in and out. Who will be the MVP this year? Lamar Jackson won the MVP last year. I thought that his MVP season was okay. I don't think it was as dominant as his first MVP season. If you look at the stats, he was down in a lot of categories, and it was not pedestrian. It was a great season. They had a great record, but I don't think those numbers in any other season would have afforded anyone the MVP other than Lamar Jackson. Number 2 in the MVP voting last year was Dak Prescott. But Dak, it just didn't look good in the playoffs. I think his rep preceded himself. I don't know if Lamar Jackson would, I just don't think the numbers would hold up. And I don't think he'll win a third. He may win a third, but he's got to cross that mountain. We got to see what he looks like tonight against Patrick Mahomes. That's going to set everything up. But I think the MVP of the league, and hear me out, the MVP of the league this year was either going to be 2 people. It's going to come down to 2 men, 2 individuals who I think are going to go back and forth for the MVP award. It's going to go Patrick Mahomes chasing a 3-peat, something that's never been done in NFL history. No team, I'm going to repeat that again. No team in NFL history has ever won 3 consecutive titles. If he can put up another 4,500 passing yards, 40-plus TDs, throwing about 7 rushing TDs, got some no-looks behind the back passes, have his team about 14-3, 13-4. I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes will be the MVP. You know what? I think the runner-up would be Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen lost Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, a lot of offensive talent. He has a coordinator that's coming over that's kind of new. If he could get his team to 11 wins, have about 40 total touchdowns, cut back on those turnovers, win his division, then I will say that he has a chance to win the MVP. But let us know what you think in the chat. Do you think that Josh Allen will win the MVP, or will it be Patrick Mahomes? But hit like and subscribe. He says, T2 Judgment Day, what up? What brand are those cheap visors from? These are, hold on, let me show you. These are Tom Fords. I don't know if you see them. These are Tom Fords. Far from cheap, buddy. Far from cheap. But you my guy. You always got jokes. But yeah, that's my pick for MVP. It's either gonna be Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. Let's get right into it. So the picks this week, we got some games this week. Week 1, we got the Ravens at Kansas City tonight. They're gonna be dropping confetti. They're gonna drop the banners. They may give out the rings. It's Thursday night, opening night. I'm gonna go with Kansas City with this one. I know they're short a couple wide receivers. I think Hollywood Brown may be out. I think who else? I think Juju's playing tonight, and I think Rashee Rice is playing tonight. So they'll have a couple of weapons, but I'm gonna go with Kansas City tonight. Tomorrow night, Sao Paulo, Brazil, the first ever NFL season game in Brazil. You got Green Bay, Jordan Love against Jalen Hurts. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is a tough one for several reasons because Jordan Love just got his money. I think they put a hurting on the Cowboys in the playoffs last year. They almost beat San Francisco. I'm going to say offensively, I like what I'm seeing from Green Bay more so than I did from the Eagles going down the stretch. And the Eagles did add a third wide receiver to complement A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They also added Saquon Barkley. It's going to be tough. They're in Brazil, out of the element. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Green Bay will win that. Let's go to the Jaguars at the Dolphins. It's in Miami. Tua just got his money. OBJ is out, but that shouldn't make a difference. Doug Peterson, the Jaguars coach, may be on the hot seat. He's got to perform. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if they get it done. I'm going with Miami. New England at Cincinnati. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think Jacoby Brissett, veteran, solid quarterback, but Joe Burrow returns. He's the guy. And I think the Bengals are on a mission to reclaim some of what they lost a couple years ago. So I'm going with the Bengals in that matchup. Great matchup between two young quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. Texans at Colts. Many people say that the Texans will win that division. I'm going to go with the Texans. I'm going to go with the Texans. I know Anthony Richardson is a great prospect, a great quarterback, drafted high a couple years ago. He was hurt most of last season, and CJ's been on fire. So I'm gonna go with CJ. Vikings at Giants. Sam Darnold is starting for the Vikings against Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I just don't think that the Giants losing Saquon. I don't know if they have a lot of skilled position players. Daniel Jones is still somewhat of a question mark. I'm going to go with the Vikings on that one. Carolina at the Saints. Going to go with the Saints. Still not sold on Bryce Young. New coach Dave Canales. Panthers, the organization's not what you think they should be. I think this is going to be an easy win for the Saints. Sunday at 1:00, Cardinals versus Bills. Again, Josh Allen's that guy. I think Kyler Murray. I don't know. I just don't think in Buffalo is going to be effective. So I'm going to go with Josh Allen, and I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Even though they lost a lot of offensive talent in the offseason, still going to go with Buffalo. Steelers at Falcons. I want to go Falcons. First game for Kirk Cousins. First game for Raheem Morris as the full-time head coach. You got Drake London. You've got a lot of offensive talent. Kyle Pitts. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think Mercedes-Benz is going to be rocking. We may even check in and see what's good. Tennessee at Chicago. Hard Knocks, Chicago Bears on HBO Max right now. Caleb Williams is the rookie that everyone is watching. I'm going to go with Caleb Williams. I'm going to go with Chicago. I think he gets his first win on his way to Rookie of the Year. Raiders at Chargers. Jim Harbaugh's first game as a LA Chargers coach. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Broncos at Seahawks. I like Geno Smith. Geno Smith has a great comeback story. He was jumping around the league. He was a highly sought after on the Jets. I think it was a second-round pick. Didn't work out for him there. Then he went some other places. I think he played a season at the Chargers, and then he went to found a home in Seattle. I'm gonna go with Geno. Got Bo Nix, Sean Payton. Bo Nix is his rookie. I'm gonna go with Geno. Washington and Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. Rookie quarterback on the road, week 1. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. They should be able to get it done. The next game is pretty interesting. My Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I said my Dallas Cowboys versus the Browns in Cleveland. Gonna go with as much as this pains me to say, I'm gonna go Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland. Even though Deshaun Watson has a lot to prove, I don't know if he is either rusty, just doesn't have it anymore, or he's still hurt. Don't know, but we'll see. I think he has enough time. He needs to come back and do something to kind of reestablish himself as one of the premier quarterbacks in the game. LA versus Detroit. That's going to be a really good game. The night game, Sunday night game. I'm going to go Detroit. I think Detroit's going to make some noise. I think they're going to be in the NFC Championship game again. And I'll give my pick in a minute. I think it may be a different outcome. So I'm going to go with Detroit. They're going to have to celebrate to carry on from the season of last year. We're going to go with Detroit. And then the Monday night game, Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco against Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to surprise pick. Even though San Francisco's ready, they're locked and loaded. They got all their talent. They got Ayuk. They got Trent Williams. I'm going to go with the Jets. That's going to be a surprise pick. I'm going to go with the Jets. I think the Jets are loaded. I mean, they built everything up for this. There's no turning back. You gotta win. You brought Aaron Rodgers over. You stacked your roster. You remade your offensive line. You gotta win now. There's no turning back. So I got the Jets over the 49ers. And to kind of give you my Super Bowl pick, it's going to be in New Orleans. I hope Lil Wayne gets the nod to perform. Maybe bring out the Hot Boys. Maybe make it a Cash Money halftime show, right? I know Master P is going to be one of the directors of music for the event. But Super Bowl in New Orleans, I'm going to say it's going to be San Francisco versus the Chiefs. And this time, the Chiefs lose and San Francisco gets it done. Because the window for San Francisco is closing. If they don't get it done this year, they're going to break their team up and it'll be done. So I got San Francisco over the Chiefs. In the AFC Championship game, I've got Houston versus the Chiefs. Chiefs will win. And in the NFC Championship game, I got Detroit, a rematch. Detroit and San Francisco. Once again, San Francisco pulls it out. So hit us in the comments, hit like and subscribe. Let us know who your picks are. But those are our picks for the Super Bowl. And as far as the college game of the week, Michigan versus Texas. This game doesn't happen often. Last time this team played, it was in 2005. And I think they played in a bowl game. These two teams have never played each other in the regular season. Got SEC in Texas, Big Ten in Michigan. This is going to be a crazy game. So, yeah, I think this is going to be something special. So check this one out. I think Big Noon Kickoff. I think all of them are going to be there. Big Noon Kickoff, College Game Day. It's going to be all eyes in the college football world will be on in Ann Arbor when Texas comes into town. I got Texas winning 37-17. I don't think Michigan's going to have enough offensive firepower to match up with the scheme of Steve Sarkisian. So I'm going to go with Texas again, 37, Michigan 17. It's going to be rough. It's going to be loud in Ann Arbor. It's going to be in the big house. It's going to be rocking. But I'm going to go with Texas. Again, this matchup happens very rarely. You've never seen it. It's once in a generation. Never happened. Last time it happened was 20 years ago. So UT versus Michigan. Again, these are my picks. I'm running down real quick. I got the Chiefs tonight. Tomorrow night, I got Green Bay, Miami, the Bengals, the Texans, the Vikings, the Saints, the Bills, the Falcons, the Bears, the Chargers, the Seahawks, the Bucks, the Browns, the Lions, and the Jets. Hit like and subscribe. This is the Kickoff. These are your picks. We're going to do more sports shows. We're going to have some live call-ins on one of these days. But I just want to drop that. Enjoy the game. Get you some wings. Order some pizza. Have a good time. Do what you do. Make sure you have some fun. Go to a game. If y'all want to get this work on Madden or college football, drop your gamer tag. When the kids go to sleep, you can get that work. But anyway, this is the Kickoff. I'm Ron. Peace.